If you have a dive computer or have a lot of historical dives in different applications, then you will want to use the import function on the Add Dives pop-up window. The online dive log supports many different file formats and applications, so let's take a look through each one. We support two different versions of UDDF, version 2 and version 3.2. Version 2 is a legacy format with minimal coverage, but 3.2 is a very comprehensive industry standard for transferring dive data between applications. Every type of data in our online dive log is supported for export and import in the UDDF 3.2 format. But we find that other applications sometimes do not have as good a coverage. So this is why we have special import routes for other well-known dive log applications. Each one will handle more data types in the import than using a UDDF export from them. If you do not see your application listed, then UDDF may still give you acceptable results. Subsurface is an excellent dive log application that is free to use, and the support for dive computers is very good. This is our preferred method for a simple dive computer integration with the online dive log. Just download your computer, number your dives in Subsurface to match your online dive log, and then upload your Subsurface XML file to import your data. If you have MacDive, then look for the option to export as an XML file, and then select that to be imported. Diviac only has the option to export as a CSV file, but it still contains a reasonable amount of information. Diving Log 6 can export in UDDF and XML, but the best data coverage comes with uploading an SQLite export. If you have the Divelog app on your phone, or use the desktop version Divelog DT, then the best option is exporting the SQL database. Other export formats are not as good. Now, let's try and do an import to see how much control you have over the process. After the upload, the online dive log first scans through the file to look for changes and new dives. It presents these back to you so you can see what is about to happen. Each piece of importable data is highlighted with a coloured border. No border means no data was found for that item. All new dives are simple. They will have data bordered in green, and everything found will be added as a new dive. If the import finds a dive with the same dive number and date and time of entry, it compares them to see if anything is different. If nothing is different, it will not even show the dive, as it can be safely ignored. But if changes are detected, they will be shown as dives that will update. Look for the replace icon next to the dive number. Additionally, the detail of the changes are shown by the coloured borders. Anything yellow is the same data, so will not be affected, but anything different will be orange. This orange data will replace anything already in your dive log, so you have further fine grain control available. You can individually tick and untick data cells to include or exclude them from the import. When you are comfortable with what is going to happen, make sure to select all of the dives you want to import by ticking the box next to the dive number and click or tap on Import Selected Dives. They will then be added to your dive log. One final point on dive computer profiles and dive sites. Dive computer data is only imported once for a new dive. It will not update if you import from a different application later. Dive sites will attempt to match from our existing large database, but may not be found due to naming differences or data quality. If the location is recognized, a new dive site will be automatically created in the location that only you can see. In this case, if you find the dive site it should have been, you can swap them over and then manually remove the unwanted dive site on the map location information box.